afternoon. My name is Louis Sykes, and my group members are Diana George and Nathan McCoy, and we're going to talk about Airbus. And now for some information about Airbus. Airbus is one of the world's leading manufacturers of commercial jetliners and military airlifters. It is a subsidiary of EADS, which is the European Aeronautic and Space Company. Airbus produces an estimated 50% of all orders for airliners with a capacity of 100 or more. It is based in Blagnac, France, and employs 52,000 people worldwide, with 17,000 in its largest site in Blagnac and 13,000 in its second largest site in Hamburg, Germany. Thomas Enders is the president and CEO of Airbus. Now for some history on Airbus. Airbus was created in 1970 in an attempt to end the monopoly of American manufacturers in the aerospace industry. It also wanted to strengthen European cooperation in the aviation technology field. Airbus's launching of the A300 aircraft is considered to be the formal starting point of the Airbus program. The A300 is important because it was the world's first twin-engine, wide-body passenger jet. No orders for the first 18 months, but it had its first major breakthrough in 1978 with Eastern Airlines ordering 23 A300s. Henry Ziegler and Franz Joseph Strauss and Felix Krupp are the fathers of Airbus. Now for some key issues that Airbus has experienced. The A380 production was lagging. Manufacturing and installation of the A380's electrical systems required more than 500 kilometers of internal wiring. In addition to customization of aircraft to meet customer specifications, it led to a buildup of delivery delays. The A350 customers wanted a more radical evolution of the new generation aircraft. The A350 was designed to complement Airbus's existing A330-200 and A330-300. Another issue Airbus experienced was the internal and external effects of a weaker dollar were magnified by pressures on the worldwide economy. And this deals with many Airbus customers began to review their aircraft order and delivery commitments in response to the global financial pressure that cut into Airbus's passenger volume. Some solutions to the key issues experienced by Airbus. In June 2006, new processes formed for the A380. It focused on fuselage sections and revised pacing and transfer to the final assembly line. Airbus also adopted a redesign that included an expansion of the A350's fuselage cross-section, which met a radical evolution that the customers wanted. It created the A350 XWB, standing for extra wide body. They developed a strategy for a new Airbus. It started with the Power 8 restructuring plan, which focused on providing a responsive cost-cutting measure and helped transform the Airbus business model. It also realigned its network of facilities and partners. This resulted in orders and commitments from airliners and leasing companies in Europe, the Middle East, Africa, Asia Pacific, and North and South America. Initial results were confirmed with Airbus's delivery of 12 aircrafts to customers in 2008. This met a personal commitment made by President and CEO Tom Enders. And now Nathan is going to talk about the current situation at Airbus.
The situation that Airbus are currently facing is the weak economy that is resulting in decreased sales. Airbus orders have dropped from 777 in 2008 to just 271 in 2009, and their current orders total 5 times lower than Boeing's. Airbus is focusing on the emerging economic nations, which Airbus is expecting to continue to grow over the next 20 years, focusing primarily on Asia. And they're focusing on the emerging economic nations that are both driven by and benefiting from air travel. Airbus is forecasting a 4.7 annual increase in overall world passenger traffic, and that is because the continued global liberalization is giving greater market to access to airlines and giving wider choices of travel for passengers. Some strategies that Airbus are currently using are the functional product differentiation. It's the main strategy they're currently using against its main competitor, Boeing. Airbus is relying on the success of their new innovative plane design, which is the A380. The A380 is built around the assumption that airlines will continue to fly smaller planes on shorter routes into larger hubs and then onward to the next hub of giant airplanes. Aerostructure's reorganization strategy is another strategy that they're currently using. It's an initiative that looks to establish a strong supplier network. On a side note, I guess, Virgin Atlantic has made the A380 part of their plans to include casinos, double beds, and gyms as part of their upper class service.
Okay, this is a picture of the Airbus 380, and it's the double-deck, wide-body, four-engine airliner introduced in October of 2007. It seats 525 people in a normal three-class structure, or up to 853 people in an all-economy class configuration. The cabin has 50% more floor space than the next largest airliner, which is the Boeing 747-400. In some ways that the Airbus case relates to the textbook chapter, they used a competitive interaction strategy when they were created in 1970, which is a cause of dynamic context. When Airbus was a new entrant to the aerospace industry, they used a new business model to set them apart in the market. They also used a first mover advantage when they introduced the A300 in response to high market demand for a wide-bodied, two-aisle, and twin-engine aircraft. They also use a revolutionary strategy where they focus on creating new and innovative products that their competition has not yet ventured. Being innovative has increased their production efficiency and allowed them to operate at a lower cost than Boeing, as well as produce as many aircrafts as they need to cover demand. So an overview of our case is a few issues that they had were solved by new production process for the A380 and redesigning of the A350 and a Power 8 structuring plan. They always respond to the market demands, and their current situation is they're continuing to grow successfully. Their main strategy is focusing on being innovative to keep a competitive advantage.